When it comes to Quest 2 fogging, a fan is a world of wonders. Whether it blows in or out, a lot of the fans will really cure that problem. But one thing that does get to me sometimes about my Bobo VR fan is if I forget and I leave it on, and then I find it's dead the next time I come back to it. There is a company, Astarexin, making a VR air circulation mask with a 2500 milliamp hour battery in it. I think this has a 300. That's like 10 times. That says this thing can go 16 to 18 hours. Let's check it out. $45 is the price on Amazon, but there is a 10% off on Prime. It looks like it's dropship because although on Amazon it says it's Astarexin, there's no branding on the box whatsoever. Probably several companies will be selling it. So far, its reviews doesn't have many reviews. It's pretty new, but the reviews seem mostly positive. The only one who actually wrote anything, of course, gave them a 5-star, and then it's got a 3.9 out of 5. It's a beast, it's heavy. One thing I'm not super thrilled about, it came in the #1 setting, so it's dead, of course. And I'm gonna have to let it sit there and charge up that 2500 milliamp hour battery. We're gonna have to get this on the charger right away because there's really nothing else I can figure out about it. All I know for now is that it does blow air out like the Bobo VR. It goes on top. It is gonna add some noticeable weight to the top and the front of the headset. You know, that kind of weight that makes you wanna lean forward a little bit. Let's get this thing charging and come back.
3 days later.
We let the fan charge for several days so we could really learn a lot about how much power it potentially has. And a couple of things I wanted to point out if I didn't before. This thing is massive on top. So we are gonna do some testing with a halo strap to see if that gets in the way of a halo strap. It's huge, it's noticeable, it has weight, but oddly, on high, the fan is whisper quiet and it's not pushing very much air. It does make it very quiet, which is nice, but the wind is blowing almost as hard as the Bobo VR on low when this is on high. So the wind is not great, but one feature that we didn't notice until we went to charge this actually doubles as a battery pack for your Quest 2. What? What the f? So instead of taking charge away from your Quest, it is supposed to help continue to charge it. So right now I got a completely dead Quest out and it was at 0%, it was dead. This thing shows it at 2% and charging. Wow. So kind of an interesting thought there. You're getting a facial interface, a battery pack, basically an emergency battery pack. I mean, this isn't something you'd want to run all the time, and a slightly effective fan, all for that price, which does make the price a little more worthwhile. So if you weren't buying it for the fan, I suppose it would be justifiable to say, okay, I need an emergency battery pack, I need a new facial interface, and maybe for the rare occasion, if you're not someone who tends to fog up lenses a lot, but you know, once in a while for exercise or something you want a fan, maybe for that reason you could get this one. It's important to me though whether or not it fits on a halo strap, so let's find that out. Does it fit on a halo? Sort of. I mean, you can get it on there and you can make it work, but the problem is what ends up happening is when you have your headset on and you're trying to adjust the lenses and get it just right, it ends up pushing on there and you can't get it back any further. So with that said, I would say it's not ideal for a halo head strap. It's built more for an elite strap. The battery pack is a neat idea. I think that was innovative and I think that was cool they did that. But overall, the problem for me is it's not gonna get my recommend because the fan isn't strong enough. If high was low and there was one more setting that really cranked up, even if it got a little noisy, it would work a lot better as a fan. And then two, the fact that you're gonna limit which head straps you can possibly use.
I don't need it.
That makes it an issue for me because a lot of people who try a halo strap don't ever want to go back. And if you were to get this thing and then try to get a halo strap, it wouldn't work. You'd end up having to pick one or the other.
Definitely don't need it.
And if it was too late, you couldn't return this or something. So it is a close call. I mean, if you really wanted the battery pack, the facial interface, and you had an elite strap, you could do it, you could get it, but just simply for me, I'm thinking if I was in the situation where I wanted to buy something right now, this would not be it. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think maybe it's still worth it? Is it something you're gonna look into yourself? I'd love to know. And of course, I wanna say another thank you. We reached 25K thanks to all of you, which is huge. There'll be a special coming out for that, of course, a milestone celebration. So keep an eye out for that. And I will see you in another reality. I have an idea, which I really need to get going on. Like most things, I figured it out about 2 weeks ago what I wanted to do, but I really need to get started on it.